Hey, welcome back to the podcast. It's episode
22.
and this one is going to be a little bit different. As many of you know, I'm in Iceland right now with Devon, my traveling partner. Just traveling partner.
Travel associate, yeah.
Travel associate. And we're in Iceland currently. We're about 3 hours west, east?
We're south of Reykjavik.
Okay, so we're about 3 hours south of the capital of Iceland, and we drove out here to see, I don't know, to see glaciers, and we saw exactly 0 glaciers.
We're still looking. We're still looking for glaciers.
Yeah. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, or I guess listening to this, I have like my shitty, like really small lav mic, and so I'm just gonna, every time Devon wants to say something, I'm just gonna like lean it, just hand the mic over to him. But he's driving, so I have to hold it.
It's gonna work poorly for me because you're gonna like put words in my mouth, and I'm not gonna be able to defend myself.
I think most of the time the mic is gonna be in the middle, and they're gonna be able to hear neither of us.
You're gonna be like, "Are you a loser?" And I'm gonna be like, "I am not a loser." And then you pull the mic away right before I say, "No." It just says, "I am."
So yeah, we're right now we came out here. We did actually a pretty cool hike today. We stayed at I would say the hostel that we stayed at was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's this like tiny little like lodge, like random house. It's like how big do you think the town of Vic is? That's where we just were. Vic.
50 people, probably.
50 people? You think so?
Yeah.
In the whole town?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say about that. Like really, really tiny town right on the coast, like nestled between like the mountain and the coast. And it was this random little lodge, drive up a gravel road, and it's like a 20-person hostel? 20 probably, right?
It fills out.
Yeah,
Zero
and
people in the day.
we arrived yesterday. We drove in the afternoon. Took about 3 hours to get here, and we checked into the hostel, and there was 0 people. So we had this like whole cottage to ourselves. And then by night, totally filled out, just with a bunch of travelers. Met some people. Met a dude from Seattle. Met a dude from Mexico. Actually, from close to where we were in Mexico. But it was a good. It was a good night. It was relaxing, right? Didn't really do much. I edited the video.
Yeah.
That I deleted it.
Really?
Yeah, I deleted it.
Why?
I don't know, man. I wasn't like proud of it. I watched it again later, and I was just like, the comments were generally pretty negative. And I watched it again later, and it just like felt like, almost like we were being mean. I mean, like maybe I edited it like that, but like it was generally pretty negative, I think. And I think there's a lot of good things about Iceland, and I felt like the whole vlog was like pretty pessimistic, I guess. Like, I don't know, like the stuff we said about the flight attendants, that was funny, but then it like I ripped on, we were like, I called the waitress dumb, and then like I don't know, we were just like negative about the service, and then like I think like the fun stuff came off a little sarcastic, and some dude left a comment. This is not why I deleted it, but he left a comment, and he goes, what did he say? He was like, how vain do you have to be in order to not show your fans the fun stuff of your trip, but instead show the boring stuff like you and Devon on your phones? Because I had this little middle part where we were just like sitting on our phones, and I thought it was funny. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But like right before that, right, we were dancing. And so I was kind of surprised that you like didn't include that, but you included the phone part.
What do you mean dancing?
Like dancing to that, like when we were at the Kex and there was that musician playing.
Yeah, no, I included that.
Oh, really? I thought it was. I thought the only part that I saw was just me and my phone.
No, I'm talking about us on the roof. We were sitting on the roof of the hostel, like basically planning our trip, and I actually added this like little title card. I was like, both of us are normally too lazy to plan the trip, so we always end up sitting at the hostel like booking shit last minute. I thought it was kind of funny, like a funny little insight, right? And he was like, why do you gotta show the boring shit? And I was like, I read that comment and I was like, dude, if you want to see the fun shit in Iceland, just Google it. There's a million videos showing the fun stuff in Iceland. You know what there isn't? There's not a lot of videos of 2 middle-aged dudes planning their trip at a hostel last minute. That's funny. I don't think people are on my channel to see the cool fun glaciers in Iceland, right? They're there to see us make fun of them. What do you think?
I think not enough narrative, man.
No, I honestly, I think I agree now. I think I agree. Devon is of the opinion that the vlogs need a narrative. So I guess like a running... Well, I mean, like... What, a story or something?
Yeah, like
a joke?
a goal.
Like a goal?
We set out with a goal. So, like, last night there was nothing to do in Vic. And we thought about going to the gym, so we were like, all right, like, let's make our one goal to, like, make one friend in Vic out of like, the 12 people.
Yeah.
And then we either succeed or we fail, but it's like, that's our mission, and we work toward it, and, like, there's a little bit of a storyline.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I agree. I think vlogs in general are just bad. Like when you watch Casey's vlogs, there's no storyline there. But why are they good? Because there's like a beginning, middle, and an end. Which I tried to do, but it just like wasn't funny. No opinion?
No, I mean, I thought, so like, I'm kind of thinking that like this podcast is really good because basically you talk to yourself.
Yeah.
And answer. And I'm thinking like that's mostly your move.
You don't want to be in this?
I think it's actually good when you talk to yourself and answer your own questions and kind of like work through things by yourself.
So you just want to be a rubber duck right now?
No, like it's hard to tell when you're asking like a hypothetical or like a real question to me. No, I'm down to chime in when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so Casey's, I don't know. I don't follow them enough to know.
I don't know. It feels like it just like doesn't feel like I just wasn't proud of it, so I deleted it. Felt like it was mean. There's a lot of good things about this country that we didn't touch on at all, and I was like, maybe I'll just do it in the next video. But then I was like, man, what if that Reykjavik is not that big of a place? What if that waitress sees that video, and she's gonna know us, the two dudes with the fucking blonde and brunette hair, you know, and she's gonna we said Cafe Paris in the video. What if she were to watch that and see me call her dumb?
She lost her job.
Or another... What'd you say?
She lost her job. That would suck. Although that probably wouldn't happen.
Well, I wasn't thinking that extreme. If she lost her job, hopefully that wouldn't happen. Oh, but someone else was like, I don't know, like, you made fun of your fan, and which I kind of did, but I didn't mean it to be that critical. Thank you to the girls who came to the airport and gave us stuff. It's flattering. It's not humbling. I almost said humbling, but that's a total wrong word.
I thought it was cool. I think it's creepy when you follow somebody, like if somebody were to show up at our house.
Yeah.
Like that would be creepy, that would be unsettling. But like the fact that she looked up the only flight from LA to Iceland probably, you know, for like that day, and she like gave us shark fin or whatever that stuff is, like.
Yeah, cool. Which we still have to eat that.
It kind of like in a foreign country, it makes you feel a little more welcome.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, it is really cool. It is really cool. I just think there's something funny about that, right? It is abnormal. You can agree to that. We're fans. Like I'm a big fan of. I don't know. There's people on YouTube I'm big fans of, right? Like who do I like? Who's one of my favorites right now? I mean, like I don't know. Like let's say Filthy Frank did a video and he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be, you know, going somewhere." Would we look up the flights and like if someone like who really inspires you, and I'm not saying I don't know how much I inspire these two girls. I can imagine like a decent amount because they came to the airport to look for me. But if you were someone who really inspires you, let's say Joe Rogan for Sam, Joe Rogan. If you found out they were going to be in a certain place, would you look up and you knew there was going to be like one flight? Would you look it up and go there and be like, hey, here's a gift?
I just don't think you should discourage like a limit to like fandom or enthusiasm, as long as you don't cross that line.
Yeah.
So like I'm not at that level with anybody, but like I don't think it's like not really my place to like discourage that. Like I think it is kind of inspiring in a way.
Yeah. No, I agree. Fuck, I should have been holding the mic up to you for that. I don't know. No, I totally agree. I don't know how audible that was, but Devon was saying how you shouldn't discourage that level of fandom, I guess. No, I totally agree. But I'm just saying it was unexpected. Can we say that?
Really? At this point? I feel like I've totally lost that. Like when you first started getting big on Vine, and like people first started coming up to us and they'd be like, "Are you Devon?" Like spelled wrong in their head because I know they spelled it with an I. It's like, it was super unsettling. I was like, what? And now I'm at the point where, like, anywhere I am, anytime somebody makes eye contact with me, it's like, and they're always in the back of my mind, they're like, all right, they know who I am.
Okay.
And a lot of, like, usually they don't, but like, so like, like, that wasn't surprising to me at all, you know, that we would run into that.
Well, I think it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a different, this stuff is still new. Like this level of, like, I guess engagement. I don't want to use that word. It's kind of shitty, but it's like Vine as an audience, it was just like an audience, right? Like they liked my comedy for sure. And YouTube is a different thing. Whereas like as my YouTube audience is growing, I guess, like the level of dedication is a lot higher. Like I get a lot of DMs and more every day of people that like write paragraph long things where it's like, hey, you really helped me through this like dark time through your videos, and like I really like what you're doing. Please keep doing it. People are like, you know, donating to my Patreon and stuff like that. So I'd say like the level, like that level is still like surprising me every day as that like continues to grow. And so like when I saw the two girls at the airport, they were like, hey, and I was just like, I mean like you were confused at first too. And they were like, hey, we knew you were coming to Iceland and we're fans. And I was like, so then I was like, I was fine with it, but you were pretty fucking confused.
I was confused because I didn't hear them say hi. I just heard you say hi, and so I thought you like knew them from the flight, and you were like, hey, like it was super casual. You were like, hey, like it sounded like you were like, that was a long flight, huh? Red eyes, am I right? And they're like, here, have some shark fin. I was like, what?
Like, what's going on? You guys really got friendly on the plane, didn't you? Here, have some. This girl gave us coffee, which smells amazing, by the way. Some chocolate, which is like honestly some of the best chocolate I've ever had. Rum succulent chocolate.
Oh my god, incredible!
It actually is really, really fucking good. And she gave us shark fin, so I think we're gonna. I don't know. We'll eat that in a video at some point. I'm like self-conscious now about the vlog. I don't know. Like I don't know if we should. If I need to keep taking footage and edit that into something. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I just don't. Like I got like sad after I was also like when I deleted it. I was like it was 2:30 a.m. I was super jet lagged and just like wide awake and like, you know, like you can't stop thinking.
Yeah.
You're trying to go to bed and you can't stop thinking about stupid shit.
The most awake you'll ever be.
Yeah. Sitting there, I was like, "Fuck, should I delete it? Should I delete it?" And I should have just made it private. I like deleted it.
Yeah.
Like straight up, lost everything. And there's a lot of really funny shit in there, like the tomato thing.
Just put it in the next one.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the next one maybe. No, it's Iceland is actually a really, really cool, like physically one of the nicest places I've been. Besides like New Zealand, I think. Like this right here. Look at this.
Yeah.
I know you can't see this, but there's like unreal mountains and water. There's everything here within like.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
I don't think. What are you gonna say? I don't think you should get rid of the negative. I think.
Oh yeah. No, I totally agree with that.
Also, I think people like especially on Instagram, like people glorify traveling and they glorify like all this stuff, and traveling sucks in a lot of ways. And I think it's kind of refreshing for people to realize that like
100%.
A fucking suitcase sucks. And
yeah.
All you see on a lot of like travel Instagrams is like these beautiful photos, but you don't see like having to shower next to a dude who hasn't showered in a month and like all that shit.
No, I 100% agree with that, and I think that's something that like when we were traveling Southeast Asia, we started that Vine account, and like that was one of the beautiful things about it was that like, and I still say that to people to this day. Like I was talking to the guy from North South, like I had a meeting. It's like a production company, and they do like unscripted stuff. And he was like, "Do you have any other ideas?" And I was talking to him about like just like an honest travel show, because I was like, all the travel vloggers and everything that you see, it's just like, you know, like me in front of a waterfall having like the best time ever. But there's like exactly like you said, there's a lot of shitty things about traveling too, especially the way if you're staying in hostels and stuff like that. Like we stayed in a 16-person dorm. This is one of the negative things I was going to say about Iceland. It's absurdly expensive for no fucking reason. It's so goddamn expensive. So we're paying like $60 a night to stay in a 16-person dorm, which is like mixed guys and girls. So we checked in like pretty late, and you walk in the dorm and everyone's already sleeping. So you got to like tiptoe around and like get changed and try to be as quiet as you can. And then we're both on the top bunks, which is like So fucking annoying. There's no play. You can't put your phone anywhere. You got to like plug it in somewhere down there. There's no outlets. And then you get up and people, it stinks like shit. It's like everyone's feet and just like musk, you know, and like girl farts. You know what I mean? They're worse than guy farts. Girl farts.
So distinctive.
Yeah. Everyone's smell combining together, and you gotta just like you open the door and this wave of just heat and just smell hits you. Oh, we're about to die. About to get hit by a bus.
I feel like I had it, but you don't want to fuck around when there's a massive megaton bus coming.
This is a giant tourist van. So we stay in this dorm and it sucks. Everything sucks, right? But we finally crawl into bed, and we're there. At least we're in bed, and now we can sleep peacefully, right? Nope. Think again. We're sleeping next to the loudest goddamn snorer on the planet.
You know what it might have been?
What?
He was so consistently loudly snoring. He might have had like one of those white noisemakers, but just like in the snore variety, and just on full volume the entire night.
Yeah, no, it helps him. It's like it's like rainforest sounds, but
used to it. His wife is a loud snorer.
He's like, what? I need this to sleep, okay?
15 other people don't.
Yeah. It's just like when you've dealt with so much shit already. Another part of the backstory that I didn't say is that we checked out of this hostel that we were in so we could check into this one because it was a tiny bit cheaper, but mostly just because we got good reviews from friends.
It's parties.
And it was supposed to be like a fun, like little party spot. So we checked out of this hostel that we had a private room in just because no one else had checked in. So we had this like 8-person dorm room just completely to ourselves and one other dude who was actually really cool. Checked out of that shit and checked into this one. And we couldn't cancel it because their cancellation policy sucked or whatever. So we walk into this room. It smells like shit. Whatever. Finally crawled into bed. And then this dude fucking snoring into a megaphone. Swear to God. So loud. Luckily we had earphones. Earplugs. Which worked for me. Oh yeah. So that's one of the bad things about traveling. You don't get to see that shit, do you? In travel shows and little travel Instagrams, right?
Yeah.
All you get to see is like the cool Indonesian fucking hut that they're staying in, you know?
Yeah.
You know those ones that are blue water or whatever,
Which
and
is
it's
sick. There's a reason why that shit is so popular because people love that shit.
I guess it's not really. I wouldn't watch a show about two guys sleeping in a 16-person smelly dorm. Oh great, they're talking about the smell again. Great.
But like that's why the good and the bad, like they need to coexist.
Yeah, no.
Good and evil.
I totally agree that they need to coexist. It felt like the vlog was way more negative than positive. There wasn't even one thing positive that we said about Iceland, so that was like one of the biggest thing for me at least. The price here. The price is shit. Really shitty. Why is this country so expensive?
It's gotta be the imports.
People talk about the import prices here, but it's like burgers are so expensive, and they have their own meat, right?
Yeah, they got a lot of something. Whatever those big animals.
Yeah, this is one thing that we've been discussing as we're driving. There's these animals that they have here. How would you describe them?
They're a lot like dogs. They're 4-legged. They're furry.
They're a lot bigger than dogs, though.
They have huge cocks.
See, there's a few of them right there. It almost has like a what I would describe as like a mullet, you know?
A mane,
Mane.
right?
Is that how you? Yeah, like a lion.
Yeah.
It's not like a lion's mane though. It's more of a.
It's
It's a mullety.
more
It's
like
a big,
mohawk.
big tufted, mohawk, but it's like a mohawk when you don't gel it. Big 4-legged things. Yeah, it's like a big. What were you saying? Icelandic. What?
Icelandic sheepdog is what it could be.
Sheepdog. So that's what we're calling it.
Sheep and a dog.
Yeah, sheep and a dog, but it's a lot bigger.
Yeah,
The size of almost a cow.
yeah, very bovine ass, almost like an ox.
Like an oxen. Yeah. Yeah, Icelandic sheepdog cow oxen, something like that. It's a hybrid of some sort. I don't know. But they're very, very intriguing animals. We see them all over the place here. We actually saw 2 having sex yesterday. which was nuts. Mohawk flapping all over the place. He was going in too. Going in. Made me a little bit horny. What's up? What other experience? We just did a really long hike. That was pretty cool.
That was insane.
Yeah, we did it's weird, the weather now is completely cleared up. And it was like so goddamn foggy. We did this hike up this mountain and it was so foggy you couldn't see where the path was even leading us. And so we almost fell off a cliff a couple times.
Which was cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. I actually like almost falling off cliffs.
It's kind of like it's those kind of experiences that I think are the most fun for me. Like, I don't like the predictability of like a typical vacation. I like to feel a little bit unsafe. I like to feel like I got lost a little bit. I like to push myself, like running up a mountain or whatever.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I feel like I almost came here expecting us to drink and party a little bit more, but the fact that we didn't over the past 2 nights is awesome.
Yeah. Plus we have Amsterdam.
Yeah. Plus we're going to Amsterdam on Wednesday, so I'm sure like the peaceful, naturey, like not drinking, that's definitely gonna stop. But if you're like European royalty or something, and you have like some sort of castle we can stay in Amsterdam, because we're looking for accommodations. So if you're, I don't know, just like a very really rich,
Even if you're an heir.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
if you're a very rich heir, or even like a duke.
A duke, yeah, definitely would be down to meet up if you're a duke or a duchess. So let us know. We have yet to book accommodations, so we're looking for something very, very, very ritzy, but also for free. So if you can hook that up, let us know. Also, if you can hook up the clubs or anything, if you've been to, I know I say this every time, I'm like, hey, if you got recommendations, DM them to me, and then I never answer, but I do read them. So if you have recommendations for Amsterdam, let us know. And not like dude, you should have one of the cafes. I don't smoke weed.
Yeah, get a fat blunt.
Yeah, we're gonna roll up a fat twinger and puff down on it.
Travel all the way across the world, just from the west coast of America, where weed is legal, to buy weed.
Gonna go across the world to do the worst drug. Nope, not gonna go to the cafe.
It's gonna be sick when I fall asleep in 20 minutes.
Yeah, oh sweet, I'm super paranoid. This is dope. That's the one thing I love being when I'm in a foreign city, is paranoid. No, give us real recommendations. What are the crazy all-night places we should go? You know what I mean? Like, that club in Berlin? Or no, in, what's the one in Germany called Church or whatever? It's like crazy people dress up and like goes all night.
The one in Berlin.
Is it in Berlin? It's called Church, right?
I know that there's like sex clubs in Berlin.
Yeah, so if you got any good sex club recommendations?
We went. My buddy who lives in London, we went last November, and we tried to get in and we couldn't get in. We weren't, like, the bouncer just looked at us and he just knew that we didn't fuck around.
Wait, at the sex club or at church?
Yeah. No, I don't know what church is.
Okay. Church is like wait, so you try to go to a sex club?
It's a club, but it's like fucking extreme.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think I know well, there's one like that in New York too, right? It's called like The Box or something.
Maybe.
But like weird shit goes on in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
European ones though.
There was like a write-up in Rolling Stone.
Okay, yeah. So if you got those recommendations and you can get us in, then definitely let us know. I'm really pumped for Amsterdam. A lot of good food there apparently, and apparently it's not as expensive. Like you can drink and eat there pretty cheap.
Good.
That's the problem with here, is that like literally nowhere is not expensive. Nowhere. We stopped at this random ass restaurant in between here and Reykjavik, like nothing, an hour in either direction. This was the only thing, which I guess would make sense that it would be expensive because you have no other choice.
Yeah, but it's all expensive, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying like that place I would expect to be cheap because it's like in a fucking random village.
Yeah. Well,
They make their own shit. It's like you don't have to price it at $17 for an egg. You know?
We don't know why everything is expensive. Like, everybody complains about how expensive everything. The waitress complains about how expensive everything is. So, like, there are some forces at play that we don't really understand.
Yeah. And it's just so consistently expensive. You think one person would like undercut the rest and like have some sort of in on beef, get it kind of cheap, and then just undercut the rest of the restaurants and like pack the restaurant every time, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like an agreement that everyone has, that it's like, okay, it's like a union with every business, every food and drink business, that like beers cannot go under $12.
Yeah.
It kind of, at least like in places like Mexico, no matter what, we always knew we could, what is it?
Yeah, go ahead.
No matter what, we always knew we could go out to eat and like have like a great big meal where we'd be fully satisfied at any point at, you know, maximum like $8, which is such a cool feling knowing that. But here it's like you're always hanging over your head. It's like, we're hungry, but it's like we don't want to spend $26 on a meal. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna find some fucking grocery store and buy a protein bar when I want to like enjoy the food here, but I can't.
Yeah, so one thing, do you remember this? So because alcohol is so expensive, like there's just a shift in nightlife. So like they pregame later.
Yeah.
And then I think they order less drinks at the bar. But there's also like an underground moonshine business.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And apparently people go blind sometimes from bad batches of moonshine. And we were out in Reykjavik the other night, and this chick was like super fucked up. She was sitting on the ground. Remember, she was like, I can't see anything. Do you remember that?
No. What?
Yeah, she was like, because Dari was telling us, he was like telling us about the moonshine thing, and she was like, I can't see anything. Like she was just sitting on the sidewalk, and I thought it was funny. I was like, haha, she's fucked up. And then he's like, that's pretty dark. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't even put it together that like she could have like basically gone, I don't know if it's temporary or what, but like gone blind from the moonshine.
What? I didn't see that at all. I must have been on my phone or something. That's really fucked up. That's like really dark.
Yeah.
So I guess we saw a chick go blind.
Hopefully temporarily.
Hopefully, Jesus fucking Christ. This is one of the things when we were in Bali. That's a big thing. Is Balinese people will make their own moonshine and then sell it to tourists as like expensive liquor.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of tourists, like a lot of English people and a lot of like American tourists will come over and drink ethanol basically and go blind from it. So we never like we have like one mixed drink at the club and then we just like stick to beer.
Yeah.
But I guess that's something that happens here too. And I guess we saw it happen. That's really fucking sad.
Yeah.
And messed up. But it's weird that like what like the social effects of something like that are. Do you know? Like just because alcohol is priced so high, it totally shifts the whole social dynamic of the city. Like we went out at 10 o'clock p.m. and there was nobody on the streets at all. And then we came out of the hostel again at midnight and it was packed, like 400 people trying to get into this one bar. And I guess it's just because people go back and they drink their own liquor that they've made, fucking moonshine. They go blind and then they go out partying, you know? It's kind of a messed up joke. I feel really sad now after knowing that that girl just potentially went blind right in front of us. Ugh. Another thing here is that it doesn't get dark. That was one of the things when I couldn't sleep last night. It was like one of the reasons that I like was kind of light in our room.
Yeah.
And then like it was probably around like 2:33 a.m. The sun started to come up again, and I was like, well, now I'm fucked.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm going to get into bed now. I just thought that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, this is the worst trip to have forgotten your sleep mask.
Yeah, Devon's got his sleep mask. I forgot mine at home. Yeah, sleep masks look super lame. But, like, remember I hooked up with that girl in college and she had a sleep mask? And we were making fun. Remember that? we were all making... She's like, all right, good night. And she pulled out a sleep mask and I was like, what?
Yeah, but...
What? But now I totally get it. Now that I've used one and I realize like how functional they truly are.
But you wouldn't do that the first time you hook up with somebody, right? Like
I don't know. They're like that functional.
Maybe in Iceland. But also in Iceland, they're probably way more normal.
It's just like you've already hooked up with them, right? What, like, how much more could they possibly judge you?
I feel like that's such a bad attitude. I hate that argument.
What do you mean?
I hate that argument that, like, you've already hooked up with them. Is that kind of where you're going, right? Like,
Well, I just mean, like, I'm not saying, like, you've already done the deed. Like, you don't have to prove yourself anymore, you know what I mean? Like, you've already done it, but I'm just saying, like, they've seen you naked. Like, you can't really, like, what's pulling out a sleep mask and putting it on? Like, you know what I
they've
mean?
already seen your worst.
That's what I'm saying. They've seen me at my worst. Honestly, the sleep mask is very refreshing at that point.
just as much as your body that you can cover.
No, for her.
Yeah,
as much as exactly, yeah. As little of me she can see.
Oh yeah.
It's much better for her. Stop her from having bad dreams. We just passed that waterfall that we went to see yesterday. A lot of waterfalls here. We've seen what, 4?
The waterfall count is at 4.
Yeah, confirmed 4 so far waterfalls. All different shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Right?
Some cascading ones.
Yep, some more
tall ones. Some
tall ones. Yeah, chode waterfalls. Some chode falls. Water chodes.
Water chodes.
Water chodes. So now, like, I'm hungry, but I don't want to go. See, this is a thing.
So I actually don't want to be negative, but it is just a fact that, like, if we stop and get food anywhere, it's gonna be $35, and it's like, even the Icelandic people admit that their food isn't really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, they don't really have their own food. That's the thing. There's no, like, Icelandic food besides this shark fin. Like, people say, make sure, like, people find out you're going to Iceland, they go, make sure you eat the shark fin and, like, puffin and whale, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Although it kind of sounds fucked up to eat puffins, doesn't it? Aren't they, like, endangered? Or is that,
no.
am I thinking about the dodo? That's extinct.
Yeah. Probably that's what that is.
Confirmed. Extinct.
Fucked up to eat a dodo. It's fucked up to eat a
You're telling me if you found a dodo, you wouldn't eat it? Like, let's say you were hiking where we just were, nobody around for miles.
Dude,
and through the fog, a dodo approached you out of nowhere and did the dodo sound, whatever sound that was.
I feel
What sound do you think a dodo makes? No, that's not it at all.
You don't think so?
It sounded like a human hawking a loogie.
There's no way to know now that they're dead. You know?
Yeah, that's true. But that's what I'm saying. What if you came upon one alive and it did the sound and it looked at you all cute?
But
You wouldn't look around and then just kick it in the face or something?
Well, no. The problem is, like, you're personalizing them, right? Like, everybody eats lamb generally, but lambs are so cute. Like, I would never kill a lamb. I need somebody with a little more fortitude to do it for me.
So you would capture it, and then you would take it to someone else. The problem is, at that point, is that then they know you found a dodo, and you're like the one that's killing the last dodo.
Well, it's already dead, right? You said, would you eat it? Is this now you're asking, would I kill it?
Well, you'd have to kill it to eat it.
No, but if it's already dead, do you eat it or do you donate it to the Smithsonian?
How does it get dead?
It got hit by, like, a truck.
No, I'm saying it comes up to you alive and it
What
makes
do you
the
mean,
sound.
How does it get dead? Like, every single dodo has died. Like, they're obviously good at that.
No, what I'm saying right now is that if you were totally alone and nobody knew about it, let's say there was one dodo left on Earth and it came up to you.
You know what
What would you do?
You know what you have to do. Morally, you're obligated to try to get it pregnant.
I was just about to say that. I was just gonna go there. Morally, you're obligated to fuck it.
and just hope that you can get more dodos.
Or like some sort of human dodo hybrid. A dodo person? I'm a dodo person. It's like when people describe themselves as cat people.
Yeah,
we usually think they're like half cat, half person, you know?
Yeah, that's what I picture.
Or some Mine and this dodo's kids would be dodo people. No, I would kill it.
How?
Just like kick it in the face or something. I don't know.
Wouldn't work with a dodo.
Thing is, like, you don't think it would work?
If you're talking, if you want to kick it in the face to kill it, like the size of a dodo.
I'm not saying to kick to kill it. I'm not saying to kill it. I'm just saying like for fun.
Oh, fucked up.
I'm kidding. I don't even know what a dodo looks like. I don't even know if they're cute.
I think they're endearing.
Anyways, this is making me hungry. We're headed back to Reykjavik now, and then we have an appointment tonight at the Blue Lagoon, which is one of the hot tourist spots here. It's like a hot springs, I think. It's all blue. So we're gonna do that. I had an audition that I had to film an audition today. Devon helped me film it, but I got this audition like right as we were getting on the plane, I think, and it was like my agent was like, "I really like this for you. I think this is good." And it was actually, funny enough, this is my first audition that I did ever. Was for this project, and then I guess the project people got busy or something, and I don't know, one production was sold to another, one production company was like sold or something, so it got shelved. And that was about, what, like a year and a half ago, I think? And now all of a sudden I got it again. I guess the project is like back alive and they're remaking it. So I got this audition again. And so we had to do it in this hostel after we had already checked out. We checked out, we went for this hike, we came back, there was nobody in the house. And so we're like, all right, let's do it. So we asked her if we could use one of the rooms for a phone call. And she was like, sure, just make sure you stay in the dining room. But we didn't. We went to one of the rooms. So sketchy. Closed the door. She comes up, she's like, I told you to stay in the dining room. And we were like, and they're, meanwhile, my camera is like set up on the wall, like with the bendy tripod. This one. Which looks like a fucking dildo. This tripod. Attached like on the wall with the camera, and she comes up and she's like, what are you guys doing? I thought you were taking a phone call. She didn't say that, but I could tell she was thinking it. And we were like, sorry, we just need to film something. And she was like, well, okay, just do it, I guess. Just don't touch the beds. So we did it. I don't think it went too good.
I think it was.
I guess we'll see.
I'll give it an A minus.
A minus, all right. We'll see. I mean, that I think the main thing with these tapes is that they just want to see you say the lines, you know?
Yeah.
In a good way, of course, but it's like you don't always have to have them memorized. You can like read it off the script and stuff like that. I don't know. Devon has been helping me with every single one of my self-tapes. So he's pretty much auditioned for everything that for everything opposite of me.
It's kind of cool because like it's a little bit of acting experience for me.
Yeah.
So like if cameo doesn't work out, if tech doesn't work out for me, it's good to know that I have like a backup career as being a famous actor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you're saying. Right now, that's my primary career.
And your backup.
And my backup is just like a world famous tech entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know, like Mark Zuckerberg's cooler older brother. Younger.
Yeah. Or just like me.
Yeah, or like you currently are.
Yeah.
So that's comforting. But yeah. What else? You got anything else? I had one thing written down in my notes that I wanted to talk about on this podcast, and that was the dude sitting beside me on the plane to hear that fucking busted out a salami sandwich right as we took off. It's this dude and is this Asian guy and his wife. And they bust out this sandwich. She busted out first. One sandwich. It's huge though. Fucking big ass, foot long thing. The type of shit that you get at Subway that you absolutely love. Devon eats Subway every single day. One of those sandwiches, but like Italian, you know?
Yeah.
Bunch of spices, just smelt so pungent. Pungent. That probably popped a P there. Just busted out shamelessly right at the start of the flight. This thing smelled so fucking bad. But the thing is that they never, like, they were the slowest eaters, that they had it and they just nibbled on it for the whole ride.
Yeah.
Like, they would put it away and then I'd be like, oh, finally, they're fucking done with it. And then, like, And then like half an hour later, I'd be like waking up from a nap because of the smell of the sandwich, like reopening it. You know what I mean? Crinkling the wrapper. And it's
Wake up and they're just wafting it toward you.
yeah, just, oh. I was gonna do like a Asian accent there, but I'm not gonna do it because that's racist, and I'm not gonna do it.
Asian accents?
I don't know.
Oh, if they did, then is that racist?
They were kind of eating it in like an Asian-y way.
That's racist.
I'm kidding. They weren't. They were just really slow eaters or something. I don't know. The sandwich just never fucking ended. It's an 8-hour flight. It doesn't take 8 hours to eat a sandwich. And it just smelled so bad. You shouldn't take food on a plane. Like that, you know? It's like us taking that smoked trout from the hostel.
Yeah, I think fish is unforgivable.
Fish is unforgivable. Yeah. There was this dude at my previous company who used to like heat up fish every day. Like fish that he'd bring in a Tupperware and then heat it up in the company microwave. And it's like a big open room and the microwave was like, so it's just that's the smelliest thing you can do, I think. Unless like you like that throwing your gym shorts in the microwave and heating those up, I think that's like the one thing that's probably worse.
That's like this is one of the issues I have like now that I'm kind of running a company is like how to like deliver uncomfortable news to people. So like in that situation, like you want to just be like, dude, just literally don't bring fish to work anymore. It's super easy. It makes total sense. Like nobody wants to smell it. Just stop doing it. But you can't just say that to him. Like you have to somehow either deal with it or get the message across in a way that doesn't offend him. And I haven't really found that sweet spot yet. Yeah. So now I'm just like dealing with a lot of shit that I don't want to deal with at work.
Yeah. I guess that's why people are hired to fire other people. You know, like George Clooney and whatever that movie's called, Up in the Air.
But I feel like in the case of firing somebody, it doesn't matter what they think of you. It's just all that matters is that they don't sue you. Yeah. Like that's the whole goal. So like, but in this case, like I want you obviously want people to be productive. Like this fish guy, you want him to like think that work is cool and great, but just stop bringing fish to work. Like there's one thing that doesn't have to do with his personality. He doesn't have to take it personally. But like how do you?
I don't know. Behavior? How do you let him down easy? Hey, dude, listen. Your favorite meal? you know that small little pleasure that you have every day? You know, in between the monotonies of work and just like how miserable it is, just like, I don't know, having the 9 to 5. You know that one window that you have? That like hour window where you just get to sit at your desk and enjoy your favorite meal? Well, it smells like shit and it makes me want to kill myself. So change it up.
You know what we should do? We should have Fish Saturdays. Like just announce it. Every Saturday you're allowed to bring fish to the office and you can heat it up and we can just make the whole place smell like fish. It'll be great.
You can gut it, you can skin it, all in the office on a Saturday. So go for it. Your own little playground. Ugh, Jesus Christ. How do you do that? How do you deliver the news? And like not, because it's like, but that stuff relates, you know, on a smaller scale, stuff that's not as obvious, like someone's being a dick on your team, and you got to like address that as their boss. I mean, I guess you'll come across that stuff.
I have, but like I said, I don't know how to do it, so I'm just building a list of things that I want to change. I just don't know how to change them.
You know what you do is you drop really passive aggressive, like subtle hints. Like slowly, you know, that like eat away at the person until they quit.
The problem with that shit is you think you're being obvious and they either, it's a lose-lose, right? Because they either pick up on it and then it just like it goes from passive aggressive to just aggressive. Yeah. Or they don't like acknowledge it or they don't know and you just don't know either way. So it doesn't feel good. So you're like passive aggressive but nothing changes and you feel like you just go crazy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why I like being just aggressive. That's why I like it.
No need for the passive part.
Like in the apartment. Like when you leave the fucking fridge open for 30 seconds.
I want to know, actually, I'm going to ask the audience this because this is a thing. So when I like pull milk or something out of the fridge, like let's say I'm pouring milk in a bowl of cereal, I'll pull open the fridge and I'll take the milk out and then I'll pour it in the bowl of cereal without closing the fridge. So it's open for like 30 to 45 seconds. And then I'll put the milk back and I'll close the fridge. Is that not normal procedure? Do you guys close the fridge in between? Like, Devon's of the opinion that it like fucking like the food will spoil in the 30 seconds that the fridge is open, when that's not the case at all.
Well, you don't know that it's not the case. That's why we're asking the
I know it's not the case because I've grown up doing that and nothing has ever gone rotten.
Well,
it just wastes a little bit of energy, but it's like, so what? We got tons of energy.
I mean, I'm at least willing to admit that I could be wrong, but you're not.
That's boring.
No, it's good.
This is supposed to be a debate.
No, I'm saying I'm right, but like that's why we bet $5. That's why yesterday we bet $5 on that email address, which I ended up winning, and you owe me $5 for that.
No.
Because I was like, I could be wrong, but this is what I think, and I'm smarter than you, so.
I said the same shit. I was like, honestly, I'm a little bit on your side as well.
I'm not saying I'm on your side at all. I'm not saying I'm on your side, but I'm saying this could turn against me.
Okay, so I want to know from the audience, do you close your fridge like a fucking madman in between every single thing? Like I feel like he expects me when I'm making an omelet, right? I expect you to grab the tomatoes, close the fridge, and then reopen it, grab the onions, close the fridge, and then reopen it. Sometimes you got to put shit on the thing and the fridge is open for a couple seconds while you're putting it on the thing.
No. Cody will open the freezer and take out a pint of Ben & Jerry's, and then I'm like, dude, the freezer's been open for 45 minutes. And you're like, oh, the movie's only half over. I'm still eating ice cream and watching the movie.
That's a little bit of exaggeration. But I will like stand there and eat it from the thing while the freezer's open, which sometimes can be 5 minutes.
I think for me, it's like if I can walk into the room and I can take a photo of the entire kitchen and the fridge is open and there's no people in that photo, which is what happens all the time, to shame Cody, then I think like you are too far away from the fridge. Like,
and the fridge should be closed. Fair enough. But I want to know what you guys think. So tweet us at insanelychill.com. No, I'm honestly curious as to what the normal procedure is there, because I didn't even know that I was doing anything wrong until you pointed it out. Oh man, I think I'm gonna wrap it up now. Right? We got candies to eat. We got places to be.
Anything looking for? Any predictions? Any predictions
for today?
For Amsterdam.
For Amsterdam, I don't know what to expect for Amsterdam. Definitely not gonna smoke weed. One thing I'm not gonna do. I don't know what to expect though. I've heard Amsterdam is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful place. Oh, fuck yeah. Just own that fly. I've heard it's an absolutely beautiful place, so I'm very excited, and I'm just gonna go in with an open mind and see where the week takes us, you know?
Okay.
You?
Sounds good. I'm trying to think of something that has a 50% chance of happening in Amsterdam.
We get like killed or something. Like sold into...
That's a prediction?
Yeah.
You think we're going to be sold into slavery? It's not going to be sex slavery for us.
It's true. It's not going to be labor either.
What would you do if you had us as slaves?
Just like make us try to crack jokes all day until we're just like delivering jokes.
Not funny enough.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm very excited. Guys, if you like this podcast, please give it 5 stars on iTunes or whatever, podcasts, Overcasts, whatever you've let people listen to it on. And this is a joke I was gonna say before that I forgot. The only thing smellier than fish in an office is girl farts. Little callback to the joke earlier.
Nice.
It doesn't really work when you forget to say it at all. I see now my brain is just dying. That's when I know I need to wrap this shit up. Is when I start like just see like that. Just don't end sentences. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and the like. Also, Devon, you can follow him at Devon Spindler, and you can watch us on YouTube. Don't ever forget that on the Insanely Chill YouTube channel. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for listening.